Onpassive and the dog days of summer. And I really do say that in jest. When you say the dog days of summer, the connotation is that nothing's getting done. And over the last 4 weeks, that couldn't be further from the truth. And yes, I know over the last 4 weeks, we really haven't heard anything from the corporate office, from Ash and his team. And there's a reason for that. And most of you already know this. Probably over the last 3 weeks, maybe longer, maybe a little less, I don't know, Ash and his family got sick. Now, this is real life. They're real people. They're not immortal. And his family got sick. Now, his kids, they're absolutely fine. They had very, very few symptoms. His wife had a few symptoms, but she's getting better as we speak. And Ash wasn't that bad, except he had some problems in his lower tract, in his appendix. And he went to the hospital, and the doctors found it right away. And he had some treatment. I think he was on antibiotics, and he's on the road to recovery right now. I know Marty has told everybody that Ash is home now. I think he was in the hospital for about 2 days. And they put him on a regimen of antibiotics or whatever they did. And he's feeling a lot better now. He's really, really happy to be home. And Ash, I believe over the next few days we'll get back to that place where he's ready to go back to work, whether it's Friday or Saturday or Sunday, early next week. And when he does, knowing who Ash is, he's going to be ready to run. So what's been happening with Onpassive over the last 4 weeks? Okay. Yes, Ash got sick, but it doesn't really matter if the CEO goes on vacation or he gets sick, he or she gets sick, whatever happens. You have to realize that Onpassive, it is a billion-dollar corporation. And the managers of Onpassive, they have their marching orders. It doesn't matter what happens to the CEO. Again, whether he goes on vacation, whether she gets sick, whatever it is. The management team of Onpassive, they know what they have to do. And let's talk about them for just a little bit. They knew very, very early on that Ash was not feeling good, and he was going to be taking some time off. And I can tell you what happens in really any organization, whether it's small, medium, or large, and Onpassive is very, very large. These individuals, rather than wanting to slack off and not go to work, take some time off, the boss isn't here, let's play. That's not what happens. They know exactly what Ash Mufareh wants, and they went to work. And their goal was, and I can tell you this from experience, okay, he's gone. And again, it doesn't matter, vacation, sick, whatever it is, he's gone. Let's show him what we can do. And I know that the tech team in Hyderabad, they kicked it in gear. And when we look at the last 4 weeks of Onpassive and what's been going on, even though we haven't been hearing about it, I believe they got more work done in this 4-week period than they've ever done before. And as Ash comes back on and starts to communicate with us, and I think that'll be probably early next week, we're going to hear some pretty extraordinary things. And I can tell you that the tech team and Ash Mufareh, their focus is not on the soft launch. I believe the soft launch is a done deal. Their focus is on the worldwide global launch of Onpassive and making an impact on the internet that's never been seen before. And over the last 4 weeks, I know that this tech team, top management, second level management, all the way down to the janitor, have just kicked it in gear. They know what Ash wants. They had their marching orders, and they went to work like they've never worked before. So even though we haven't heard a lot in the last 4 weeks, I believe it's been a very, very exciting time, although I know a lot of people are frustrated because they haven't heard from the corporate office. I understand that. I can appreciate that. But these things happen from time to time. And as we look at what the tech team in Hyderabad has been doing, get ready. Again, I believe Ash is going to come out. He's going to have some announcements for us. It's going to blow you all away. So the last 4 weeks, uneventful, dog days of summer, couldn't be further from the truth. They've been very, very productive days for the tech team in Hyderabad. I believe when Ash comes back, gets online with these individuals, he is going to be blown away at what they've done and how far they've come over a very, very short period of time. So it's a really, really exciting time for us as individuals, as founding members of Onpassive. So if you were a little concerned, don't be. Ash will be coming out again, I think early next week with some news for us. I think it's going to be very, very exciting news. And you're going to find that we're closer than we've ever been to the hard launch of Onpassive. Very, very exciting time. I want to talk to some of the new founders that have come in, and they have some concerns. Not only new, but older founders too. And we're getting this quite a bit on some of the webinars we do. Marty's getting it, I'm getting it. Some of the other leaders of leaders in the Leadership Council are getting it. And it's people coming on, and their concern is they're going to be left behind. Okay. In other words, Onpassive is going to pass them up, and they're not going to have the opportunity to develop wealth and take care of that bottom line. Okay. That is not the case at all. Not even close to the case. You know, the reason that I came into Onpassive is because I knew as I brought people in, they would succeed. And I don't care who you are, where you come from, when you've come into Onpassive as a founding member, you will not be left behind, period. There are people that will come in and be very, very active in Onpassive, and they will get to that place of financial independence a little quicker than you will. But everybody that comes in becomes a founding member of Onpassive. Again, you will not be left behind. Do not worry about that. It's why we're in Onpassive, because Onpassive is going to go to work for us and build our business and make sure we develop wealth online. So if you're in Onpassive and that is a worry of yours, plug in a little bit more. Really, that's all. Just plug in, learn a little bit more. And as you learn more, you're going to understand that nobody, absolutely nobody that comes in, becomes a founder today, will be left behind. No way at all. The next one that I want to talk about, that we're getting a lot of this right now, is the grace period that we're going to have as Onpassive launches to the world to pay the subscription fee. Okay? And yes, there will be a grace period as we have to come in and pay the subscription fee, the $250, a little bit more, a little bit less, right in that area. That's what we're going to have to pay to activate Onpassive, get them to go to work for us, and actually get paid by Onpassive. There will be a grace period. I don't know how long that grace period is. And the way I look at it, along with a lot of the other leaders in Onpassive, don't wait for the grace period, okay? The grace period starts today, all right? This is your grace period. You know what you have to do. You know what the subscription fee is going to be, give or take a little bit, right around $250. Make sure you have that $250 as we launch to the world. All the founding members come in, pay the subscription fee, and then become independent resellers of the IT product. This is your grace period, okay? So if you don't have the money right now, the $250, start planning and saving and finding a way to get the $250 together. So as Onpassive launches to the world and we all come in and have to pay that subscription fee, you have it. You can activate your account, and from there, you can take the money that comes in out, put it in your bank account, and start living your life in abundance rather than in lack. That brings me to the numbers of Onpassive, and over the last really over the last 2.5 years, I've always loved the numbers of Onpassive. They are so elegant, what Ash and his team have done, and they're so simple. And of course, as we get closer to the hard launch, I believe Ash will start sharing with us the way the numbers work in Onpassive, how we get paid, the compensation program, that type of thing. But right now he's held it very, very close to his vest. But from what I've seen, from what I've extrapolated, these numbers are so elegant. They paint such a beautiful picture that as we go into the hard launch, everybody is going to see those. And yes, they're going to be very, very simple, but they're just going to be in awe of what Ash and his team have put together. And it all has to do with the numbers. And when we talk about being left behind or a grace period, and then we start to look at the numbers, guys, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about being left behind. The grace period, it's right now. Take care of it. If you don't have the money right now, find a way to get the $250, give or take, and be ready to come into Onpassive and pay that subscription fee. When we look at the numbers and what's going to be happening as we launch to the world, there will be people that wake up the next day after they pay their subscription fee, and there's $300, $500, $1,000 in their wallet, in their back office. There will be people, and I really shouldn't talk about money. There will be 300, 500, 1,000 apples in their back office. There will be people that will have 5,000 apples and more. And it really is because of the numbers of Onpassive and how Ash and his team have put them together. None of us can come out and really talk about the numbers of Onpassive and what's going to be happening at hard launch. But I can tell you, if you're a founding member today, or a founding member as we launch to the world, you will not be disappointed. There will be none of this, am I going to be left behind? The grace period, I think it's a moot point. The grace period is right now. And as we launch to the world, you will find that way forward to take care of that bottom line and just not worry about finances. So as we look at Onpassive, as we look at the dog days of the summer, that's not the case with Onpassive. We are rocking and rolling right now, even though we haven't heard from corporate for a while, and we all know why. That's going to end very, very shortly. And I believe as Ash is feeling the way Ash usually feels, which is absolutely great, he's going to take off like a rocket. And he's going to start sharing stuff with us that is just going to blow you away. Get ready. The focus is not on the soft launch of Onpassive. The focus is on the hard launch. Yes, we're going to have a very short period in the soft launch, but I know Ash and his team, they're focusing on the hard launch of Onpassive, launching to the world and just having an explosion of Onpassive on the online ecosystem. This is a really, really cool time. If you haven't heard anything, for the last 4 weeks, don't worry about it. It's coming. Ash is feeling better. And over the next week, 10 days, yeah, just get ready. I think he's going to announce things that we've all been waiting for. So Onpassive, they are in a great place, a unique place, and us as founders are in a position to take advantage of everything Onpassive. And it's a beautiful picture. I can tell you that everything that I'm seeing is just pointing to just an outstanding launch of Onpassive to the world. So that's it for today, guys. Just a quick update on where Onpassive is, and just to alleviate some of those concerns people have. We're right where we need to be, and Ash, he's getting better. Again, 3 or 4 more days, and he'll be back in touch with everybody. And from there, yeah, we're just going to rock and roll. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great weekend, coming weekend, and we'll have more for you, I believe, in the next couple of days. Take care, and we'll absolutely see you on the inside. Bye.